Bear Academy.
Delicious. I felt great. The same feeling that you get when the last piece of a difficult puzzle slides smoothly into place. I have killed a man, and no one will ever know. I mean, the doctor kinda knows. It is a long way back to civilization, but neither the cold nor the exhaustion can ruin my good mood as I walk alone down the snow-covered mountain road. I was tempted to use Koji's car, but that would have introduced a flaw into the plan. I don't want anyone to connect me to his disappearance. The plan formed in my mind the moment that I realized how remote the location was. Even I couldn't find anything to lead me to Dr. Ogai. His absence would at least prove that the cabin had been utterly abandoned, in which case it would be the perfect spot to take care of a problem. I knew coming all the way out to Chi would be a waste of time. Wouldn't be a waste of time. I didn't even need to use the meat cleaver hidden under my jacket. Oh, you fucking sick mofo. A dry well, it's like fate itself provided me with the perfect setting. That idiot didn't even realize the danger he was in, and his phone call distracted him enough for me to take him by surprise. Now one of the two people whose questions might have caused trouble for me and Saya has vanished from the face of the earth. All that's left is to eliminate the other. Tsukaba Yo, I mustn't underestimate her just because she's less aggressive than Koji. Even she should be able to see a connection between the disappearance of her two friends. I suppose I should be thankful that it was Yo to whom Koji was talking on the phone. If he'd reported our location to a third party, I'd have to track down and eliminate that person too. I'm a little worried about what they were discussing, but judging by how Koji was screaming into the phone, they probably weren't exchanging detailed information. Either way, I better get rid of Yo as soon as possible. I think Saya's already on that. After walking all night long, I finally reached the Nasu Flats station, just as the train started running. The flash train. It only takes an hour to get back to Tokyo on the Limited Express. It's not enough time to rest, but I'm too wound up for that to matter. Besides, I don't want to waste any time thinking up a way to kill Yo. Using the cabin again would be too dangerous. I'm not sure how I'd get out of here just in the first place. I just exploded in her face the other day. I doubt that she'll be as quick to trust me as Koji was, which means that it will be difficult to get her alone. Yeah, about that. I could ask Saya for her opinion. Already ahead of everybody. But even I have some pride. I want to show her that I'm a man who can take care of business. Unfortunately, I'm unable to come up with anything before I get home. I suppose that I should just be proud of having dealt with Koji, the immediate threat. The search of Dr. Ogai's cabin was a bust, with no trace of his having been there, but I see no reason to be frustrated. Saya isn't at all that concerned about the doctor's whereabouts, so looking for him is just something to satisfy my own curiosity. Honey, I'm home. It's morning, half a day later than I normally get home, and the sound of Saya running down the stairs tells me just how impatient she was for my return. It makes me feel warm inside. What's up, you little gremlin? Welcome home, Fuminori. She throws her arms around my neck, her smile at least 20% brighter than usual. Sorry I'm late, there was a change of plans. It's okay, I'm just about done with my preparations now. Preparations? I do not like that expression of yours. Saya responds to my confusion with a mischievous smile. I'm getting a surprise ready for you. What kind of surprise? That's a secret. Anyway, aren't you tired? Do you want to eat or take a bath first? I don't realize how hungry I am until Saya mentions it. I walked all night without a bite to eat, and now my stomach's emptiness becomes painfully clear. However, I can sit down and to a leisurely meal while covered in the dirt and sweat of the road. I had to grab a quick snack and get in a long, hot bath first. And now my cat is scratching on the door. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, at least I hope you'll go into the bath by yourself. I thought you'd say that, so I got the bath ready. You must be cold after being out all night. Yeah, I sure am. I'm amazed by Saya's foresight. She's always ready to give me what I want before I want it. Oh, yep, and they are naked. In the bath together. Sounds like you had a hard time. While soaking in the bath together, I tell Saya about my adventure. Killing him was easier than I thought. The hard part was getting home. The heat of the bath is soothing. I'm kinda surprised he sees the water as normal. Huh. Heat of the bath is soothing. As the sensation of Saya leaning back against my chest as she massages the fatigue out of my stiff leg muscles, and yep. I cute little collarbone rises each time as she squeezes my legs, and I can see the soft curves of her breasts floating in the water. I get it. She looks like a child. Ah, I'm home. Contentment fills me. I don't even need to sleep to relieve my exhaustion. Just like the living room and the bedroom, the bathroom is painted in the colors that Saya and I find pleasing. We've left the entrance and hallway untouched, just in case someone should see inside. So these 3 rooms are the only places I can relax in my own house. It was cold in the mountains, even for winter. I should have worn heavier clothing. I was afraid I'd freeze to death when it got dark. Why didn't you just take that Koji person's clothes? Push him into a well, remember? His clothes were with him at the bottom. Should have undressed him first. Oh yeah. Saya laughs and sticks her tongue out bashfully. So now it's just that Tsukuba girl to worry about. She's the only person I can think of who can connect me to Koji's disappearance. After I take care of her, we can finally relax. Well, you might need to take care of the doctor also. Saya glances at me over her shoulder like she knows something that I don't. Have you already thought of a way to kill her? Well, I've been thinking about it, but I haven't come up with anything yet. I was hoping that you might have some ideas. Leave it to me, she says, grinning with unusual confidence. I've got ways you'd never dream of. It's as good as done. Yep. Really? Okay, it should be ready by now, Saya's voice full of anticipation. She rises from the bath, her naked body glistening through the steam. Come on, I have something to show you. Close your eyes and don't open them until I say so, okay? Oh, please tell me that Yo is not, like, bound and gagged. Okay. I have no idea what's going on, but I do as Saya says and close my eyes. She takes my hand and leads me up the stairs. As I wonder what she has in store for me, the sound of crying reaches my ears. I stiffen. Someone there? No peeking, she admonishes me, then strokes my arm soothingly. Don't worry, there's no danger. Alright. Little by little, the crying grows louder. I can hear the misery and pain in every choked sob. At first, I'm amazed that Saya would let someone in our house after what happened 2 days ago, but then I realized that something is strange. Sorry about that. Isn't Saya the only one whose voice can carry such a clear emotion to me? Although my eyes are still closed when Saya leads me into the bedroom, my ears tell me that there's someone only a few feet away, and yet I smell none of the human body odor that normally turns my stomach. Okay, time to say hello. Open your eyes. I open my eyes and I'm struck dumb by what I see. Oh, she really is naked. Oh, why? Tsukuba Yo is curled up on the floor, with not a scrap of clothing to cover her shivering body. When I first lay eyes upon her naked flesh, I am entranced by the sensuality of her generous proportions, far more mature than I would have expected from her usual pure and innocent appearance. Wait, forget about that. Why is she in my bedroom naked? Moreover, why is she... Well, how does she look to you? Saya, you're a monster. She's beautiful, but why can I... It doesn't make sense. This is the Tsukaba Yo I remember, not the putrid creature whose attentions I found so unbearable after the accident. My senses recognize her as the human that she is. This girl loves you, you know? I do know, but I never told Saya. How did she find out? So I decided to change her body into one that you can love back. Awesome, now I got 2 flesh monsters to bang. Saya pauses to gauge my reaction, then continues with a satisfied nod. I made her like me. What? How? I still don't understand why Saya chose Yo, but this last statement is even more baffling. She changed Yo? Don't you remember what I said the other day? I can mold the bodies of other living things. Yes, I remember. She claimed to have done something to Suzumi's brain. I didn't doubt her sincerity then, but I suppose that some part of me thought she was exaggerating. I hadn't seen her handiwork firsthand. But now? It was a big change this time, not like the little tweak I made to the man next door. But this is how my abilities are really meant to be used. This was my first time doing it though. Is this really Yo? Yo finally notices my presence and turns her head to face me. I see a faint glimmer of recognition in her glassy, unfocused eyes. Her features are exactly as I remember them. Incredible. This is far beyond cosmetic surgery. Once a twisted creature unrecognizable as human, Yo is now the very image of human femininity. There is no similarity between what she was and what she is. which can only mean that she has become something utterly inhuman. According to Saya, she has become what Saya is. No one on this planet knows more about the biology of Homo sapiens than I do, Saya declares, her voice full of pride for her first creation. I've studied a lot. Studied? How did you learn this? Who taught you? When? You couldn't have learned it from Dr. Ogai. No teacher on Earth could impart such knowledge or skill. Come on, don't you remember what you've been filling me with every night? Come? Saya blushes. It's like a blueprint for the human body. I can decipher it, and then I can bend it to my will. Gotta adjust my position. Also take a swig. Stay hydrated, kids. What is she really? I've accepted that she isn't human, but there's more to her than that. Saya is something that far transcends my species. It was my first time though, so I might have messed up a little. When Saya approaches, Europe trembles and tries to crawl away, but is only able to flail her arms and legs wildly. It's like she doesn't know how to move her own body. And the only sound coming out of her mouth are frightened moans. She can't talk? Yeah, Saya sighs in mild disappointment. I guess the change broke her mind. So what you're saying is she can't say no. Yikes. I mean, it did take a whole 20 hours? She must have suffered a lot. I feel kinda bad. Oh, Saya, you sick fuck. Yo looks up at me pleadingly, as though begging me to save her. She's no longer able to ask me for help, though, or even call my name. Well, Saya asks, her eyes shining with anticipation. Do you like her? This is somehow worse than before. I'm at a loss for how to respond. What do you mean, like her? You said you wanted family and friends, didn't you? That's why I got you this present. Her innocent explanation only confuses me further. Present? Come on, she's not a dog. There's not much difference. Her head is totally empty. Oh, now we're getting into mind break stuff. I'm happy that Saya wants to please me, but she could use a little bit more common sense. It's not that. Holding a person captive is probably a lot harder than you think. Don't worry about it. Look, I have her chained up. The only thing preventing Yo from being totally naked is the leather collar around her neck. I have no idea where Saya got it from, but it's the kind of dog collar that would be sold in any pet store. The chrome chain is fastened to one of the bedposts. Oh, Yo tries to get away again, but Saya sends her sprawling with a tug of the chain. Yo tumbles to the floor, squealing in pain. Her actions are those of an unintelligent animal, just as Saya said. She doesn't have the brains to escape or get help. See, there's nothing for you to worry about. And Saya has a point. I was racking my brain for a plan to kill Yo, but now my problem has been solved in a way that I never could have imagined. If a normal person looks upon her now, they'll probably see no trace of the old Yo. And if she had no memories and can't even speak, then it's perfect. Saya has killed Yo without taking her life. I mean, yeah, but you've done something far worse. Though there's still a problem of what she means by giving Yo to me. You're not happy? Saya asked dejectedly, her confidence suddenly gone. Did I misunderstand again? Is this a problem for you? No, but... I can take good care of her all by myself. I won't let her make things difficult for you. She can, so... Can she stay, please? Can we keep her? That's not it. The last thing I want is to reject this symbol of Saya's affection. But now, can I explain to Saya why I'm trying not to look at the naked woman writhing on the floor? It's not that. Yo is the first human figure besides Saya that I've seen in the 3 months since the accident, and she's a woman positively glowing with voluptuous feminine beauty. She got them booba. Of course I'm happy, but I also can't ignore the voice of reason that's telling me not to be. I mean, that's high and mighty coming from you, twisted fuck. I'm happy, really, but if I show how pleased I am, I'm worried that you'll... Huh? Saya looks puzzled, as though she has absolutely no idea what I'm trying at. I mean, look, she's still a girl, right? Don't you balk at the thought of me living with another girl? After considering this briefly, Saya finally seems to understand what I'm trying to say. Of course not, you worry too much. Maybe I'm worrying so much, not too much, although I'm pretty sure that I'm just showing the consideration that any man who's sworn his love to a woman would show. Or maybe Saya doesn't understand that a man faced with a woman's naked body can't help but react regardless of his feelings. How funny. You really are kind. Yeah? I only did this so that she could please you. If you like her and enjoy spending time with her, then I'll be happy too. You have nothing to be shy about. I hate to say this, but I struggle to find the right words to express my true feelings. Men are, well, really depraved creatures, and I mean, Yo's body has features that yours doesn't, right? You mean she actually looks like an adult? So even though it's nothing like my love for you, I can't help but get aroused. For fuck's sake. With each word that I squeeze from my lips, Saya's grin grows wider and wider, until finally she starts shaking with laughter. I know, Saya exclaims jovially, patting my shoulder with one hand and wiping tears from her eyes with the other. There's no reason to be ashamed of your natural male instincts. The natural male instinct of molesting a mind-broken, naked, chained-up girl. For Minoru, you might just be the single most fucked up video game character I've ever seen in my life. We can enjoy ourselves in ways that we couldn't when it was just two of us, okay? And of course you want to have a threesome. Are you sure? I ask again, as though trying to force her to say no. Saya answers me with a smile who's like I've never seen before. It is calm, so terribly calm, and there is something bewitching about the soft set of her lips that sets it apart from her usual bright childish expression. You and I are lovers, and Tsukuba Yo is our pet. Oh, for fuck's sake. She'll be reminded of that when we play with her, every day from now on. You know what, Saya? You are just as fucked. If not more. Finally know why Saya chose Yo, for the venom in her voice and smile does not escape me. Although she can no longer answer if asked, Yo would surely have chosen death over this fate, and that is the very reason Saya visited it upon her. How wicked and terrible Saya is. Perhaps others would fear and loathe her. I, however, find her malevolence irresistibly charming. Okay. The horrifying cruelty of what she has done to Yo is so very human. Is it though? I mean yeah, kinda. Though her shape may be different, her soul is the same as ours. When I look upon Yo's wretched form, I see the intensity and passion of Saya's love for me, for the flames that have consumed Yo and fueled by the very love. I find myself enthusiastically accepting Saya's present. Do you like this pet too? Yeah, she's very pretty, it feels good to touch. So you'll enjoy playing with her too, right? I don't have to hold back, do I? Of course I will. Grinning happily, Saya grabs the chain and pulls Yo to her feet. Try touching her, from Minoru, she's really nice and soft. Oh. There have not been a lot of consensual encounters in this game. Okay. As Yo looks up at me with teary, pleading eyes, I approach and let my gaze roam freely over her lush body and ripe breasts. I run my fingers through her hair, finding it as smooth as Saya's, enjoying the feel. I continue to caress Yo's head. Her fearful expression softens a little. Perhaps she remembers me in some part of her mind, and believes even now that I will be kind to her. How foolish. You fucking... Oh, yep, and now she's... Now he's, touching her. I stop stroking her hair and calmly seize both of her breasts. Yeah. She flinches in pain at the sudden rough treatment. At least be a little kind to her. But I ignore her and continue to knead her breasts as my lust demands. They're incredibly soft. When I squeeze them, it's like my fingers are being sucked inside. Ugh, that's... Yikes. I can't get this feeling from Saya's tight, slender body, and besides, I would never think of treating her delicate frame so harshly. Yo, however... That is so messed up, like, holy man, this game just keeps getting more and more fucked up. I grab her full boobas from underneath and squeeze them like tubes of toothpaste. I grab her full boobas from underneath and squeeze them like tubes of toothpaste. You can't make this shit up. Yo squeals, unable to handle the pain. Even a little force can be painful when applied to a sensitive area. And I'm being more than a little forceful. I pinch her nipsies between my thumbs and index fingers, then twist hard, listening as Yo's screams get louder as she grasps for air. Weren't you in love with her like a couple months ago? Don't treat her like that, come on. Having my way with a woman is more fun than I thought. Oh, I think I need a break after this chapter. Holy shit, this game messing with me so bad. Oh, how depraved do you want to get? Oh, and now Saya's joining. Fuminori, Saya says from the sidelines. It looks like you're all ready to go. She's right, my lust is already straining against my slacks trying to burst free. Which do you prefer, a soft curvy body like hers, or one like mine? Do you prefer the adult woman body, or the child? As far as bodies go, probably this one. Okay, good answer. That makes me a little jealous, Saya complains, pouting adorably. You're the one who said you didn't mind. Come on, join in. Yeah, let me play with her. Saya presses up against Yo's back and grabs her booba from behind. Following my lead, she wriggles her finger against Yo's boobas, taking full advantage of her softness. This never gets old. The tears in Yo's eyes and the sight of her boobas changing shape under Saya's hands cause a new sadistic desire to well up within me. Oh, okay. Well, my poor eyes. If you know what paizuri means, that's what's going on. Alright, let's try this. I pull off my slacks and put the tip of my hard manhood against Yo's boobas, then begin sliding it into the space between them. Bring them closer together. Okay, like this? Understanding what I want, Saya squeezes Yo's boobas around my shaft. The sensation is astounding. As Saya uses Yo's boobas to press on me from the outside, I plow through the center with my schlong. Does it feel good? Yeah, sure does. The softness and warmth of Yo's boobas is different from that of Saya's slick folds, and herefore unknown pleasure that is swiftly driving me to climax. Each stroke she cries out in fear as the stiff head of my schlong stabs her in the face like a dark red weapon. like a freaking cattle prong. Saya, harder. Like this? Oh, stop moaning, will ya? Yo jerks in agony as Saya crushes her boobas against my manhood. Her convulsions combined with the sensations of Saya's hands coming through the softness of her boobas and the feeling of being serviced by both of them at once brings my pleasure to the breaking point. My lust erupts right in Yo's face. Yikes. Oh, yep, and there's an image. The sudden explosion covers her entire face with my hot seed. Yo shakes her head violently, trying in vain to escape from the sticky goo dripping from her eyelids and nose. Oh, that's a lot, Saya says, staring at Yo's face with a mixture of awe and envy. Oh, that's foul. Yeah, and I don't even want to fucking describe what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, and now Saya is licking the yogurt off of Yo's face. And then Saya grabs Yo's head, pulls it to her, and starts lapping my yogurt off of Yo's face like it's the most wonderful thing in the world. Okay, that actually makes me sick in my stomach. All of this belongs to me. Even as Saya tries to lick it all off, some of it drips into Yo's mouth, causing her to choke as it runs down her throat. Hey, stop that. You can't have any. Saya desperately presses her lips against Yo's and thrusts her tongue into Yo's mouth, sucking up all the yogurt inside. When she pulls away with a wet sound, a sensual... Oh, that noise was gnarly. When she pulls away with a wet sound, a sensual strand of saliva and other fluids connects them briefly. You don't get to have any, Saya says with satisfaction as she swallows my yogurt. It's all mine. Yo looks on Saya's bewitching smile with fear-clouded eyes. She obviously has no idea what's going on. The sight of these two women passionately exchanging fluids fills my loins with hot lust once. You are so messed up, dude. Like, seriously, get some help. Yo's boobas aren't enough. Saya went to the trouble of giving me this present, so I better take full advantage of it. Oh. Abandoning Yo's boobas, which are red and inflamed from the friction of Saya's fingers and my schlong, I run my hand down her stomach and slide my fingers between her legs. Ugh. As I touch her most sensitive place, her entire body stiffens as though hit with an electric shock. My fingers feel the unmistakable honey seeping from her inner folds. Despite what has been done to her, this woman is wet. Maybe it's just some orifice of the flesh monster. This realization purges my mind of any remaining respect for Tsukaba Yo, replacing it with the affection one feels for a pet. You don't freaking bang your pets. Yeah. Ignoring her cries of pain, I push Yo to the floor and lift her leg into the air. I raise her leg until it's almost perpendicular to the floor, giving me a good view of her vajayjay. Yo probably can't feel shame anymore, but she does seem to understand how vulnerable she is in this position. She tries to get away from me, panting like a hunted animal. Oh, yep, and now he's doing it. While holding her firmly in place, I get on my knees and straddle her right thigh, then poke my manhood against the dripping entrance to her womb. She screams when I make contact with her sensitive mucous membrane. I mean, seriously, are there seriously people who get off on this? If so, you are one sick fuck. I'll toast to that. Stay hydrated. Her tunnel still isn't well enough to accept me without difficulty, but that doesn't matter. My shaft is more than hard enough to force its way in. Oh, brother. After enjoying Yo's panicked reaction to the impending threat of pain, I thrust myself into the hilt. She must not have been sufficiently prepared, as her choked scream is like that of a dying animal. For fuck's sake. In fact, it reminds me of how Suzumi screamed when I stabbed him with my knife. Yo struggles to escape from the object invading her. But with me sitting on her right leg and her left leg in the air, she can't move her lower body at all. No matter how hard she flails her arms and twists her torso, she can't escape from me. I might need to turn down the freaking volume again. Like, holy shit, it's sounding a bit loud. There we go. That should do it. Powerless to resist, she can only ride out each brutal thrust of my hips. And now it's too silent. What's going on? Right here in the middle. Powerless to resist, she can only ride out. Looks painful, Saya says, peering curiously at Yo's tear-streaked face. The sensation of Yo's inner walls is completely different from Saya's. Despite her immature appearance, Saya's vajayjay is surprisingly soft and flexible, always sucking me in like a hungry serpent. Also, the people who write this stuff are like seriously messed up, like holy shit. Yo's, on the other hand, is clearly unaccustomed to intrusion. It's still hard and tight and isn't producing enough lubricant to match the speed of my thrusts. That said, such strong resistance, it can be a source of pleasure for the one exploring undiscovered territory. No, just no! Stop it! Is she pleasing you? You could say that. Her vajayjay alone isn't as satisfying as Saya's, but the rest of her voluptuous body offers different riches to plunder. Yar har, we plundering boys. The hypnotic quivering of her thighs as she trembles beneath me, the sight of her booba heaving like storm-tossed ships. Ha, talking about pirates. These sights and sensations are enough to stimulate my basest lusts. Basest? Is that a typo? Didn't say barest lusts? I don't know. Here, I'll join in too. Oh no. What you gonna do? No. Yeah, now just getting sandwiched. Saya straddles Yo's side, pressing her. How would I even describe this? Pressing her. Fuck it. Pressing her clitoris against Yo's hip bone. Clitoris? I'd never heard of that Pokemon. Saya gasps in pleasure as the tremors caused by my ravaging of Yo's insides are transmitted into her body. How cute, Saya murmurs screamingly, rubbing Yo's booba with her left hand. She's so adorable. Yo's moans start to become more rhythmically and passionate. She must be beginning to find my movements pleasurable, as her insides are now wet enough for me to slide through easily. But you know, the real question is... Yo clearly is not a human anymore. But Fuminori still sees her as a woman. So, where is he sticking his thang? Fuminori, Saya calls to me in breathless voice as she pleasures herself on Yo's body. When you're about to arrive, she doesn't need to finish to make her desire clear. Yeah, I know, don't worry. Saya shamelessly slides her slender waist between me and Yo, the glistening dew dripping from her groin, speaking to her readiness. Ugh. Racing to the finish, I pick up the pace of my thrusts. Once again, Yo is forced to gasp for breath. Sire, oh, good heavens, I'm arriving. The blazing hot fire, super hot fire, bada bing bada boom, races down my spine. Having reached the moment of truth, I release my grip on Yo and push her away, then seize Saya's booty with both hands. Fuminori. Responding to her cry of anticipation, I pull her to me and drive my exploding pernus into her soaking hot core. Stop fucking moaning. It's not that good. Saya accepts my raging man who's screaming in both pain and ecstasy. Surrounded by the familiar hot and soft embrace of Saya's body, I... turning her into a freaking Twinkie. Yeah, hot. Saya convulses and collapses into my chest, smiling contentedly as she surrenders herself to the fire filling her womb. Still breathing hard after my ravaging of her body, Yo gazes at us with dazed, uncomprehending eyes. Sprawled atop each other, smelling of sweat and lust. We savor for a while the calm left in the aftermath of our orgy. Good. Thank fucking Lord it's over. Holy shit. That was so exhausting. If this video doesn't get taken down, I don't know what will. Later, as I lie on my bed, drained of energy, I consider what my life will be like from now on. Saya's resting in my arms, Yo is curled up on the floor. Yesterday I could not have imagined that the three of us would be a family. You can't really call it a family, can you? A new home, new food, a new family, all granted to me by Saya. She has selflessly led me from the brink of death to find my new joy amid despair. Hey, that's me. And I too have changed. Oh brother, me too. Like I'm a completely different man than I was like an hour ago. I've killed 2 people with my own hands and made a third my mindless slave. Yet despite all that I have done, I am still able to sleep peacefully. Without a doubt, I am no longer the Sakisaba Fuminori I once was. How far will Saya take me? What will I become? I feel somewhat unsure, though not discouraged, about the unknown world into which we are heading, and so while playing with Saya's hair, I asked, Saya, what are you? Don't expect an answer. If Saya is asleep or doesn't want to respond, I won't mind. And they are fucking naked again. Can't you just wear some clothes while you're cuddling? It's like the 5th time I've seen this exact image. Saya lifts her head, however, and draws my gaze into the deepest pools of her eyes. It's kind of hard to explain. She thinks for a while, searching for the right words, then says simply, You know the dandelion flower? The one that scatters its seeds on the wind? Yeah. The wind carries those fluffy seeds far, far from where they were born. What if one of them ends up in a desert where not even a single blade of grass is growing? If you can imagine how that lone seed will feel, then you might be able to understand me. So you're a dandelion. Gotcha. As I consider Saya's answer, she continues her story. That seed is still a baby flower. If it does its best, it can turn even the desert into a garden. Maybe that little seed will decide to thrive. Maybe it will decide to grow and multiply, so that it can turn the whole desert into a field of dandelions. What do you think can give it the strength to do so? What? I whisper, entranced. Saya smiles softly and caresses my cheek. All it needs is to be beloved by just one person in the whole desert. All it needs is to be told how pretty dandelions are. The loving touch of her slender fingers fills me with peace and joy. I love you. I pull her into my chest, nodding silently. Stay with me forever, never leave my side. I promise. Basking in the soft warmth of our love for each other, we sink into the oblivion of sleep. Yeah, while Yo is still, I don't know, laying on the floor. Is my cat scratching on my floor again? I don't know.
Ultimate Despair Live.